Texas, baby.
Hey guys.
Texas. Mustard drill.
I do not have that one.
Howdy,
I have the other two. I have the celebration and the Mardi Gras, but I do not have that Jubilee book.
They're holding it for you.
What about the hat?
My in-laws brought gifts.
We got swag. Yes. The Carnival Jubilee inaugural sailing hat.
Yes.
And book. They had both, and they brought it to us.
Yes. They said, "What did we?"
Well, you could get the book too, Scott, and that thing on top of your head. You could. I got some matches for it.
Matches.
Nice.
Oh God! But I didn't know until last night how Scott really felt about the star on the Jubilee, because he said they don't need that if Carnival brings the XL class to New York. They're over themselves. And
yes. The rest of the country is definitely over itself.
Golly, y'all! I had so much fun with Scott last night on the Z show. Oh my God, it was just hilarious.
Good show.
It was entertaining. It's what it was, because Z has always read the chat and he gets so flustered when he's reading, and people are turning, sending him stuff. Oh my God, it was just a funny thing. I just laughed and laughed and laughed. And Elijah said, "Why are y'all laughing at Scott?" I said, "He's funny."
It's funny.
I mean, what's not funny about an $1,800 speeding ticket, right?
I know,
yes.
Right? That was sad.
Ooh, that was rough.
Yeah, they would have had to put me in the what do you call it, the jail, and I would have taken my shoestrings and my whatever else they take when you go to jail, because I've never been, and I would be a nervous wreck, man.
Thank God Virginia did away with that firearm exile law, because they used to have this massive sign at all of their borders. It would say "Welcome to Virginia," and then underneath it would say "Unregistered firearm, 5 years of exile." And they used the word exile on it. And it was all in caps, and it was like big, right? Because they wanted you to get that message. They didn't want there to be any mistakes about it. And it used to scare me. Not that I was carrying a gun or anything, but it used to scare me. I thought, well, if they're going to exile you over a gun, what are they going to do for jaywalking?
Right. I was scared. Shoot. I don't even have a gun. We don't even have a gun.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome into Go Live Together. We are your morning team. I am Jeremy. This is Cheryl. And up top, we got Eddie and Scott, who clearly got the message on today's uniform. But the reason I'm wearing this, I don't know if you can see it past the lower third, but here, that one. I have reintroduced some things into the new opener footage. If you stay to the end, you'll notice it again. And every day now, at the beginning and at the end of the show, you will notice the Scott dancing clip has been added to the opener, along with a lot of other good things. And as we do more cruises together, more photos, more videos will be coming out of the whole entire morning team together. And we made a couple of changes over the weekend to the show to just simply make it better. For those of you that have joined us on the replay, thank you so much for coming in. #Team Replay. We always appreciate you coming back to enjoy the show. But for those of you that are in here right now, good morning and welcome in. PK Adventure Travels is first up in the chat. Good morning.
Nice for you guys to drop by.
Yes. Next up in the chat is Midlife Travels. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, can we stop just 1 minute while it's on my mind?
Sure.
My goodness. Last week, we talked about clippers, cruise clippers, or
Clipper ships.
Yes. I had never heard of those because I've always called them tall ships. Like our Alyssa here in Galveston. And so I had him pull it up and I said, oh, okay. And then I said, why don't you price it? Man, I would have to stop eating for a year to get on one of those things, you know. And I said, man, and Jeremy and his wife are going. I said, wow.
Yep.
Now listen, they booked it
Long
they,
time ago.
They booked it like 1,000 years ago.
We've been talking about this ever since Scott's been on the show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is like one of my longest held bookings ever.
Yep.
Right?
Really?
So they did get a much better deal on it, but you're right. It still was not, it wasn't Carnival pre-pandemic cheap.
It's up there.
Yeah, it is
It's up there. Like it
for 275 guests.
It's beyond the mouse.
Yes.
Way beyond the mouse. Leonard Family Fun has come in with the day of the day. Thank you so much for keeping this list going. We really, really appreciate
I love it.
Happy National Shrimp Scampi Day.
Don't like
Zipper Day.
Are you unzipped?
I don't know.
Oh, I was looking.
This is not After Dark, ma'am.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Peace Rose Day. Pick one, pick them all, and celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
We might have to get up on that scampi, though. That sounds good. Traveling with Tinkerbell. Good morning.
Hey,
Yes, and we also have a donation of fairies and butter toast in the chat. She says, good morning. Happy Monday to you all. It's a sunny day here in Florida. Kathy Mills, good morning.
Good morning.
Tiffany has made it in with Canadian Family Life. What is in the crock pot today? Let us know. Journeys with June and Brady have made it in. Hello.
Good morning.
Controversial Cruising has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's up?
Next up in the chat is our good friend from all the way on the East Coast. Eddie Lugo Studios has made it in. Good morning.
Viva la raza.
Susanna Morin, proud single mom, has made it in. Hello.
Good morning.
Cruising with Keith says, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday.
What's
Yes,
up?
If y'all didn't see his chat from Friday with his wife, go back over there and look at it.
Mike and Rihanna's Adventures have made it in. Hello.
Hey.
Allied reinforcements have arrived from the north.
Ooh. And Rock the Boat has made it in. Hello. Welcome back.
What's up?
Yeah, I got to see this logo here. Yep. Will G, good morning. Working and listening.
Hi.
And everybody is speaking to one another. Let me scroll. The scroll of fire.
Good morning, Elizabeth.
Oh, snap. Yep. First lady has made it in. Hello.
Hey.
And let me see.
I just have to tell you this really super quick story, right? I have been searching feverishly for this package that arrived while I was on Divina, and I have not been able to find it. I saw the picture. It was in like a normal Amazon pouch, the blue and white one that's kind of, soft. Anyway, looked everywhere. Could not find it. I mean, I have been everywhere for days and days. Beth goes and looks at all of the ring footage from that day. And it lays down almost like a time lapse, of ring footages. It was very windy that day.
Yep.
And shows me the eventual, fly away this package does, right? From, we have so many ring cameras. We have we have a lot of angles, right? She just pieces them all together from all the different cameras. And then over like a period of like 40 minutes. And then we saw it moving from where they had laid it down in the morning. And then eventually we just saw it go bling and off into the, blue yonder. So I was just like, could not believe it. She is, her ability to investigate stuff like that is it just blows my mind. I would never be able to just follow the whole thing and see where it all ended. I mean, she laid it down like it was child's play.
Wow. Sounds like you got help with editing on the muster drill, good sir. You got some hidden talent there in the house.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but okay.
Yep. Hey, man, you got hidden talent in the house. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Can't stop walking, but love mowing and cruising has made it in. Hello. Welcome in. Yeah. Hansam vlog in Australia. Good morning.
Bonnie,
And okay, so we got a bunch of fruit in the chat. Look at this. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much. That is our good reminder to eat healthy today. Oh, while eating the shrimp scampi. Shrimp scampi and fruit today for everybody. There you go. All right, so we are all caught up in the chat, which means that it is now time for me to show you this. I pulled up the cruise cam today, and it had this just beautiful shot of the marina and all of this, just the lighting. It almost looks like a golden hour photo, but I'm not sure at what angle this cruise, this is the cruise cam, but they turn it whenever there's no ships in to face other directions. But this is a still shot of what I, pulled up this morning. But let me play it and see if it turned. Yeah, see, we got other ships in, and that's what they show when there's no cruise ships. So today, if you are coming into Galveston, we are waking up to 69 degrees today with 100% humidity, 95% precipitation, 14-mile-an-hour winds, thundering, lightning, raining, storming, and all of this stuff all morning long. Power was in and out. It was just a big mess this morning. Today, we are going up to a high of 80 degrees with 80% humidity, 15% precipitation, and partly cloudy.
How is that possible? Right now, it is sunny and 66 degrees here. Our forecast for the day is mostly sunny with a high of 86 degrees.
Nice. So you guys are going to be hotter than us.
86 here and only 80 there.
The wind and the rain, I guess it's going to cool us off. I don't know.
Yes,
it's
I'm
out in the ocean.
the entire day outside because I cannot wait to soak that in.
I know, right? You're going to be like a lizard.
Yep.
So where are all of our cruise ships today? Well, two of them are in Cozumel. We got the Carnival Breeze and the Voyager of the Seas. Otherwise, the Dream, the Jubilee, and the Harmony are all at sea. And then I look here, the Regal Princess is up here, northern UK. And then we got the Prima way over here in Halifax. Disney Magic is way out here, KNBAS. What is this? I'm not sure, but it's way out here in the Southern Caribbean.
Canary Islands?
I don't know.
That's not the Canary Islands down there.
No, it's way out here. I'm not sure where they're going. They're just lost. But yeah, that's where the ships are today. And let me see who else has slid into the show. All right. Oh, Jennifer from Embarkation Nation has made it in. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yep. And I know you guys got some bad weather down there too. We caught what was left over from y'all's storm system as well. So we are once again caught up in the chat, which means that it is now time for Jeremy Goes Bananas. Welcome to Jeremy Goes Bananas, the segment of the show where I attempt to read what happened on this day in history. Today is Monday, April 29th, and this day in 1429, French national heroine Joan of Arc helped her troops entered the besieged city of Orleans during the 100 Years' War. In 1770, British explorer James Cook made his first landing in Australia at Botany Bay. In 1899, American composer, bandleader, and pianist Duke Ellington, among the most significant figures in jazz history, was born. In 1916, about 10,000 British troops surrendered to Ottoman Turks at Al-Kut, Iraq, following a 5-month siege during World War I. In 1936, orchestral conductor Zubin Mehta was born in Bombay, India. In 1945, the U.S. 7th Army liberated tens of thousands of inmates at the Nazi concentration camp in Dachau, Germany. In 1954, comedian Jerry Seinfeld, whose television show Seinfeld was a landmark of American pop culture in the late 20th century, was born in Brooklyn, New York. In 1991, a tropical cyclone struck Bangladesh, killing an estimated 140,000 people and causing 10 million to lose their homes. In 1992, riots erupted in Los Angeles in response to the verdict of a highly publicized trial of 4 white Los Angeles police officers who were acquitted of charges related to the 1991 beating of Rodney King, a black motorist who had resisted arrest.
He resisted no arrest. He got whooped.
Yeah. In 2015, in what was thought to be the lowest attended baseball game in MLB history, the Baltimore Orioles defeated the Chicago White Sox 8-2 in an empty Camden Yards, Baltimore. The game was closed to fans because of rioting in the city following the death of an African-American man who was fatally injured while in police custody.
I know. I was like, what? Camden Woods?
Camden Yards, yeah.
I know.
In 2018, the animated TV series The Simpsons aired its 636th episode, surpassing Gunsmoke to become the longest-running scripted primetime show in the United States. And on this day in 2011, Prince William of Wales, second in line to the British throne, married his longtime girlfriend, Catherine Middleton, in a lavish ceremony broadcast to millions of television viewers. And that will do it for Jeremy Goes Bananas. All right. Let me hear you say what's going on. Yeah, midlife travel is good to know that you guys are safe. I know that there was a lot of damage, and I think they had one death up there with all of the tornadoes and stuff. It was bad, and that we had so many lightning strikes here. It made the Jim Cantori was talking about it this morning on the Weather Channel. He was like, "Man, that's a lot of lightning strikes." And I saw this feed coming in from Texas City. I might actually have to look up this feed because I think it's at the Texas City dike out there on the water. And you saw nothing but lightning. The camera couldn't even refocus. It was so many lightning strikes here this morning. But yeah, it was really bad. But good to hear that you guys are doing well. We are now caught up in the chat again, which means that it is now time for Scott to bring us the cruise and travel industry news.
Bada bing.
Carnival plants thousands of trees at the new private island destination. I wish MSC had planted thousands of trees. So it says here, you can receive
Bananas.
Yeah, this is definitely a bananas thing for me here. So what a terribly written article. I'm really sorry here. So the 27 ship cruise line has completed its first phase of its Plant a Tree initiative, which it launched in October of 2023 and has met its goal in April of 2024, taking just 6 months. Throughout the process, the company has been collaborating with local farmers and growers to beautify the part of the Bahama Island, while also supporting the local economy. During phase one, the company bought 5,000 palm trees, all for which were grown on the island from seed, with 40% coming from small-scale community growers. Throughout phase one, Carnival has hosted a tree planting event weekly, during which top growers involved with the initiative that were given awards for their contribution and given commemorative shirts and free dinners. All honorees have been invited to visit the fruits of their labor in Celebration Key when the private destination opens in 2025. We are very thankful for the initiative, as it allows us to profit from working on the land. I want to thank Carnival for believing in Bahamians and supporting the efforts of local growers in a meaningful way. It is also a source of pride to know that the development will be beautified by native plants born and raised in Grand Bahama. So very interesting. It says here, Carnival is now kicking off phase two of the program, which is seeking a variety of 200,000 locally grown plants to continue to bring Celebration Key to life. Instead of palm trees, the cruise line is shifting its focus to gathering gumbo limbo, sea grape, silver and green buttonwood, green island fiscus, and bougainvillea or villa or something like that. I don't know. There's my banana here.
Bananas.
Get a banana for me, right?
Yes.
That's my first banana ever, right? In different colors. Okay, so once again, we're calling a Grand Bahama community to participate actively. We are looking for plants with good foliage and roots, among other quality requirements, to bring us the very best green thumb efforts. We want to showcase the very best of the natural splendor of Grand Bahama at Celebration Key for our guests, while we're also creating economic opportunities for Bahamians. Together, we can create a vibrant, sustainable environment that benefits both locals and visitors alike. So very exciting. I am really looking forward to Celebration Key. Although, just a tip, do not go there from Baltimore sailings, because you are leaving at 1 p.m. rather than the 5 or 6 p.m. from other ports. So you will have way less time to enjoy that place. So moving on, Carnival Cruise Line or Carnival crew member airlifted from the ship while at sea. So it says here, while no one expects to become ill during their cruise vacation or while working on board a cruise ship, sometimes things just happen. Luckily, cruise ships are equipped with their own mini urgent cares. Okay, but sometimes passengers or crew members end up in situations that require more help than onboard medical center can provide, which is exactly what happened to an unidentified crew member on the Carnival Sunshine during a 5-day sailing to the Bahamas. While details of the employee's conditions have been kept private, qualified personnel on board decided their condition was serious enough to require urgent hospitalization. So only 1 day into the sailing, the 35-year-old crew member was taken to the hospital via Coast Guard lift. So they said they were taken 160 miles to Jacksonville while the ship was headed in the general direction of Port Canaveral. The helicopter could be seen hovering overhead as the crew member, along with a nurse, were hoisted on board. The pair were then safely transported to the Home Regional Medical Center in Melbourne, Florida, for the employee to receive further treatment. So it says here, when the crew become ill on a vessel, man, I swear, I'm really sorry today, folks, right? So the medical evacuation occurred during a sea day, with the first port of call scheduled as planned for today, the 29th at Half Moon Key. So Carnival Sunshine has been alternating between a series of 4 and 5 night round trip sailings from Charleston before it moves to its new home port in Norfolk, Virginia. So with the exception of an 8-night Eastern Caribbean sailing that embarks on May 11th and a 6-night Bahama cruise beginning on May 19th, that excludes an extra stop in Bimini, Bahamas, and the itineraries do not vary much. It's also worth noting that the sailing was not the first time this month that the Coast Guard had to intervene to make sure a passenger received the treatment as they needed. On an April 15th sailing, a pregnant woman on the Disney Fantasy was successfully evacuated about 180 miles northwest of Puerto Rico after onboard doctors felt that she would receive better care on shore. So,
And that's the way the news goes.
boy, that was a rough news day today, man.
Yeah.
Sorry. So,
All right.
somebody who wrote those articles was not on their game today.
Yep. And our weather popped out my internet, so I'm hearing a little delay or echo or something like that. I'm not sure if this is internet related, but yeah, it might be. Mike and Rana says, we saw that one town got hit by 3 tornadoes in one night. We are happy that you are safe. Midlife Travels. Yes, for sure. And PK Adventure Travel says, I can't wait to go to Celebration Key next summer. Looks like it will be a very nice location.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it. So, I mean, because if you've been to Freeport before, that's like got to be the worst port there ever was.
Right.
With, absolutely zero to do. So definitely going to be way different. It's going to be crowded though, right? Because they're already setting it up to be able to receive 2 Excel ships at the same time.
Right.
So even though it's going to be big, it's going to be crowded. So
and I was window shopping cruises last night because, why not? And the 8-day Eastern Caribbean from Galveston on the Dream now is going to include Celebration Key, and they're knocking out Freeport for sure, but they're still going to Half Moon Cay.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, it is.
That's a bummer right there. Midlife Travels says currently 65 degrees with a high of 81 today.
Why is that a bummer? Why?
A bummer because, as far as private islands are concerned, I have now seen what a private island could be. It's not Coco Cay, but the one that we went to, Harvest Cay, is far better than Half Moon by a long shot.
Yeah,
it is. It's way better, And I went to Princess Key also, and it's like you would think that with the upper, more elevated cruise experience that Princess boasts, you would think that their private island might look something like Harvest Cay at least.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Princess Keys is worse than Half Moon.
I haven't been to Half Moon, but I'm like, man, this is such a bummer. I've heard the same things about Half Moon that I've heard about Princess. I was not impressed at all.
Yeah.
And I know everything can't be Coco Cay, right? But Harvest Cay comes really close. Okay, it really does. It's nice. You can get around, if you have mobility issues and, everything like that, you can move around. You can actually participate. They thought of, they thought of everything pretty much. And then this new Celebration Key, it's like, yes, they are redeeming themselves with those 2 private islands. And who knows, maybe.
Well, so here's the thing, right? So Celebration Key is the first actual Carnival private island destination,
right?
Because Half Moon is actually Holland America's private island, and of course Princess Keys is Princess, right? Now, Carnival owns them, so they've been able to use them, but they're not actually Carnival's island. This is the one. This is the first one that that will actually belong to Carnival,
Right.
and that Carnival's been able to build from scratch. And of course, I think Coco Key and places like Harvest Cay and stuff like that are kind of models for it. Because when you look at the artist renderings of Celebration, it looks a lot like Coco Cay to me, right? Like it's that kind of themed, right? So, those have been the inspiration for it for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Marita's Yarn and Crafts has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
And Kathy Mills says Half Moon is just a pretty white sand-free beach day. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
If you're into beaches, yes, absolutely. But if you're into beaches, pools, zip lines, an actual restaurant with air conditioning that you can go in and cool off, yeah, you might want to check out Harvest Cay.
Yeah, Harvest Cay is definitely a nice island. But here's the thing about Harvest Cay. Harvest Cay is very similar to Mahogany Bay in that it's only kind of partly like the cruise ships go there, but it's really kind of like it's not like it's a cruise ship exclusive area. I mean, like the restaurants aren't included. A lot of the other, amenities are not included. They're extra, and so, they're not, it's not exactly the same. And much of Mahogany Bay is the same way. Like those two restaurants and stuff down on the beach in Mahogany Bay are not included. They're owned by locals and, you're paying cash there. So,
yep. Journeys with Jude and Brady says, we love Half Moon Cay, but we don't do much there but float in the water and drink.
Yeah.
Yep. Midlife Travels, we enjoy Half Moon Cay. Will G, I enjoy Half Moon Cay a lot. Jennifer says Half Moon is amazing and was our favorite until we went to Great Stirrup Cay.
Yeah, I've been staring at Great Stirrup for many years from Coco because they're right next to each other. And you can see that Norwegian is really starting to develop Great Stirrup. Although the images and stuff that I've seen of it remind me more of MSC's Ocean Cay than it does Coco Cay.
Right.
So when they're developing it a little bit more kind of like MSC's island, which I absolutely love. I think Ocean Cay is probably my favorite private island. So.
Yeah, no, you said food trucks and
food trucks and just kind of like a kind of like a nice upscale classic private island experience, not the Caribbean theme park and the upsell of everything that Coco Cay is. So
yep. I know that they're trying to get real close to it, and I am excited about Celebration Key. I didn't feel like baking in the sun all the time when I went to Eastern Caribbean. That 8-day sailing is really near and dear to my heart. But I saw the Half Moon Cay, I was let down. I'm like, well, I guess we get to stay on the ship that day, But yeah, that's. Okay, so we are all caught up in the chat again, which means that it is now time for Scott's question of the day, which is Icon of the Seas too big to enjoy?
So here's the inspiration for this, right? So I had a group on the April 20th sailing for Icon, and I also was the admin of the Facebook group. The Facebook group had over 4,100 members, right? So I've never seen a Facebook group that big, certainly not one that I've ever run. So I pulled this from the group, which is, you can read here. They said, honestly, the magic absolutely wore off by this point. There were more things that are wrong than right with this cruise. The crowd on this sailing sucks, and there's more over promises and under delivery on the behalf of Royal than not. This ship is just marketing hype. And then, of course, there was a comment. There was lots of comments. There were probably over 80 comments to this post. But this was the one of them that I thought was really kind of funny. It says, 6 days on Icon, 3 days the main pool was closed, 2 times for kids pooping in the pool, and once for someone throwing up in the pool. The pool near the El Loco, which is towards the, I think towards the back of the ship, certainly is on an Oasis ship, was closed once for someone pooping in it, which forces everyone to the other pool locations. It's rough to even find standing room at times. And the kids, don't get me wrong, a lot are behaved, but others shaking my head. And then it says here, cleaning fees should be applied for closing down the pools. And yes, kids have a lot of space to go nuts and have fun. Being in the Swim and Tonic, Playmakers, Casino, etc., uncalled for. Yes, you and your kids should enjoy your vacation, but so should others who can't swim, gamble in peace, and have a drink in peace, or even go to the sports bar in peace. So, and of course, there were lots of other comments and stuff as well. There was another post earlier in the week about how somebody couldn't get any sleep one particular night because people were yelling and screaming in the corridors. They were actually asking the question, have cruise ship walls become thinner because they could just hear all of this yelling and screaming at 1 a.m. and it woke them up? And, my response to it was, no, people have just become less respect, most, a long time ago, or not even that so long ago, I think people would have been more conscious of, hey, look, it's look what the hour is. And we're down corridors now. We're not in a common area of the ship. Let's kind of be quiet. I'm sure people are sleeping, but people, I just don't think, have that anymore. And then, of course, there were plenty of comments where if anybody was saying anything about their experience being negative, then those people were, of course, attacking them. And there was even another comment where somebody said, you notice all the people that are saying negative stuff are posting as anonymous. And as the admin, I came back and I said, probably because they're afraid of being attacked by people like you who feel like you're the comment police. Every time somebody says something that you don't like or that their experience differs from yours, somehow yours is genuine, that you had a great time, and theirs is not genuine, that they didn't. So that's probably why they're posting anonymous, because they don't want you to attack them, right? So there was a lot of that too. And I just think to myself, back to the original comment, which is, is this ship just marketing hype? And if you have followed this ship, you'll see that this ship is the ultimate in upsell everything, right? There is almost nothing. And now, of course, the industry has been moving this way, and there always is a balance, I think, on other ships between what's included and what's extra. But this ship, almost everything is extra. And if it's not extra, it's so limited that you can't enjoy it or partake of it in any event. And if you remember going back to even before the ship was finished, and ready to sail, I was saying a lot of these things. I could foresee a lot of these things becoming true. And now that it's actually sailing and I've had the opportunity to, see what people are saying, a lot of the things that I said about this ship have actually materialized and come true. And I really feel like, maybe I love the big ships. That's why I'm doing this question, because I really love the big ships. I enjoy all of that extra stuff to do, but I'm just wondering if Icon hasn't sort of crossed that line into too big.
Eddie?
I will say yes. I will say that you will need at least 2 weeks to be on this thing to really see it. Would I ever find out? I doubt it. I'm not into no offense, but I'm not into Royal Caribbean that much. Besides, their prices are way out of my budget. Um, I'm finally gonna be on a Royal Caribbean next January. That Alice booked me for my to celebrate my birthday. Since the cruise we had to cancel, so I'm about to find out what's going on with the company. So depending on what happens in the future, we'll see how that might change or not. Other thing is, like you said, the marketing of the ship was huge at the beginning.
Uh-huh.
Now that the ship has gone out there, you don't hear much about it. So we're waiting for the next coming up, which is Utopia, or the star that is getting put together right now over in Turku, or what's really going on. Maybe the reviews were not as great as they were hoping. The ship is absolutely big. I know there'd be something for me to do in it, but it will take me at least 2 weeks to really see it all, especially with my slow behind walking around. Yeah, definitely. Definitely will take me some time. So I just don't see myself anytime soon checking it out. So, but we'll see eventually. I'm into the middle-sized classes of ships better than those huge things. I got very surprised when we landed in San Juan back in 2020, and Oasis was there at the port, right next to the Bliss when we pulled up, and you could see the difference was just tremendously huge. How much of a difference of the class ships. So time will tell. We'll see what happens.
Yep. And the same has been said about Oasis as well. The whole class is just too big to enjoy in a week. And Icon, from what I understand, it has shorter sailings. So, or that might be Utopia.
Utopia is definitely short sailings, 3 and 4 days.
Yeah, that's not enough. But I do believe that Icon was made for kids and families.
It was definitely made for families, for sure.
Unfortunately, they put, it seems like, too many pools or too many things that could go wrong because of the nature of kids.
Yeah.
We know that with kids, we know it firsthand. Every second of every single day is a gamble.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you deal with a whole lot of kids like that, and it was marketed as families and kids.
Yes.
They are living up to the marketing, but your question is it too big to enjoy? I agree. It's too big. I see a lot of mishaps going on with this. The Icon, it's just super huge, and there's no way that you're going to be able to enjoy this thing in 7 days. You need a back-to-back for sure. Naturally, the white shirts knew this, and it's a big money grab. There are similarly on Excel class, like the Street Eats section was marketed as free. Now I hear that on the Jubilee they're charging for wings at Street Eats. So it's like you got one cruise line copying off of another. I just hope that Norwegian stays true to its nature and runs independently of all of the others. I don't see a lot of copycatting going on from Norwegian, which is why we're drawn to them. It's like everything is unique, and it's that much better to be a noticeable difference. And and the same thing could be said about MSC as well. We're going to be jumping on a lot of MSC sailings because they're coming right here to Galveston, and I can't wait to see what's going on with that cruise line. We've been on Norwegian, then we're going to do the Getaway, and see, compare the Prima to the Getaway, and then we're going to get on MSC and see what that's all about. So, good question.
Yeah, and I think I brought this up the other day as well. Is there was another long kind of series of posts and comments from Icon where it was initiated by saying, I wish there was some place on this ship to just go and get a morning cup of coffee and relax. But instead, they were like, everywhere I go on this ship, there's like all this booming music, like it's dance party time at 6 a.m., right? Or 7 a.m. And they were like, and there's no place to just go and sit and enjoy a quiet morning cup of coffee. And then, of course, there were comments to it saying, do that when you're at home and stuff like that. Okay, fine, right? But, maybe you should kind of change that up. But there are also some things. I kind of feel the same way, even on other lines. I was complaining when I'm on MSC ships, there is no place for me to go and sit because they seem to have all of this dance party music playing at like 6 and 7 o'clock in the morning. And I'm just like, could we just wait a little bit? Like run that a little bit later in the day. Give me some time in the early morning to just enjoy, what I'm seeing. Sit there and look out and see the ocean and, smell the air and, chill while I'm waking up with a cup of coffee that is so weak I can see right through it. But yeah.
Howie Cruz came in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And she said, caught the last bit about Celebration K. Can't wait for it. I know. I'm looking at it. I really am. Yep. Ocean Travel.
I'm definitely going there from New York. Or somewhere else, but definitely not from Baltimore, just because it will be leaving. Just like when those Baltimore sailings go to the normal Freeport stop, they end up leaving at 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Just because I think it's because of the tide for the Patapsco River, but I don't know. I don't have an official reason why they do that.
Bruce has made it in. Ocean Travel. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And Jennifer says, we loved NCL and definitely jumped ship towards them.
Yes.
And that's another thing I wanted to expound upon. There was always soft music playing on the Prima. You everywhere you went on the ship, you were able to relax and have a cup of coffee or think. With no booties going up and down and stuff, it wasn't the party that we were used to. And it was a big culture shock for us because I kept on saying, baby, where's the party? Because I know that they get down somewhere. Well, it turns out they centralized everything in the atrium. The atrium was jumping, but everywhere else on the ship was nice.
Right. And even like in the studio lounge on Prima, like I was that was nice and quiet and laid back, and it was very comfortable. There was a lot of seating, and it was an excellent experience for sure.
Culture. It was culture shock for us.
And I loved it.
Yep. CME Traveling has made it in. Hello.
Good morning.
Welcome in.
And guess what? They had a question of the day. Marcia did. She brought it up about nude cruises.
Nude cruises. Have you booked or she asked the TAs, have you ever booked anybody on the nude cruise, or would you book anybody on the what is it? On a pineapple cruise?
You guys can't ask questions like that when my wife is watching. No.
I know, right? Journeys with June and Brady says, that's why I like a balcony when we can get one. I drink room service coffee and sit in peace a little while before joining the crowds.
Yes, for sure. And in this last cruise, I spent more time on the balcony than I have ever on any cruise before. It was, very nice, very peaceful, but that was for different reasons. The Divina is a beautiful ship. It's just a kind of a boring ship because it's older and there's not a lot to do. And it was chocked full of Europeans because it was going over to Europe right after our sailing. So there were a lot of Europeans on who were sailing home. And it was just a different vibe. and I preferred to spend more time on my balcony on that particular cruise. But otherwise, very, very nice. And yes, and it was my only quiet space. So
Yep. Bonetired Travelers has made it in. Hello.
Good morning.
I get the feeling someone is watching us.
Oh, man, I haven't heard that sound in forever. It's back, ladies and gentlemen.
Mhm.
Yes. Rock the Boat says, we always do a balcony for that reason, and to sit at night and look over the moonlit sea. Oh, ain't nothing like that. I mean, we capture sunsets and sunrises all the time, but that moon out there, especially when there's another cruise ship running in parallel with you, it's so awesome. The moon, the sea, the cruise ship, it's something that you got to see if you've never been on a cruise.
Mhm.
It really is. But you got to be there. You got to book it.
Through your TA.
Yes. All right. So we are once again caught up in the chat.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Rock the Boat says, only do Divina if you can go yacht club, and then still don't go on that ship.
yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, like you said, it's a nice ship. It's older and it's in good shape and stuff like that. It's just, it's boring. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It's boring. There's nothing to do on it. I mean, there's literally nothing to do, and we would not do yacht club on that ship just because yacht club is busted up, right? So like yacht club is kind of scattered throughout that ship, is definitely an afterthought, and they were not able to condense it into its typical ship in a ship environment. So
Yep. Elizabeth says the way we enjoy our cruises have definitely changed over the years.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Bonetired Traveler says, I do love a balcony.
Yeah.
Yep. We do too. It's just that that's not our first search. Actually, whenever we're pricing cruises, we go ocean view first, because
Ocean View.
I
because of
look
kids.
at the balcony as a waste of space. We could definitely deal with more room because we want to cruise with more people. It's like we got the twins with us, and that balcony would just be a waste of space. We can use that for sleeping them, and the deluxe interior or the family interior that we had on the Prima was spacious. The deluxe ocean view that we do on Carnival is spacious, and that's what we look for. Is space. And naturally, whenever you have kids, your concern is that things will get kind of like yeeted over the balcony and into the water. So it's always in the forefront of our mind not to look at balcony.
Even a kid can be yeeted.
Yes, even a kid can be yeeted. Wow. Yep. Afterthought, the yacht club on the Divina, for sure. Ooh. Let me see.
Like I said, we obviously really enjoyed Yacht Club on Marabella, and we are in Yacht Club on Seashore, I believe, in October. So we're definitely looking forward to comparing the two experiences. So
absolutely. Okay. Kathy Mills says, I'm on a lure in 2 weeks and already concerned I won't really see it all in just 4 days. I will have grandkids with me, so I know I will see the kid areas.
That's us. We know the kid areas.
We know how to get there and get back. When Hannah's with us, because Hannah is the one that seeks out the room.
Yeah.
And goes upstairs and stuff. Yep. Alrighty, guys. We are all caught up in the chat, which means that it is now time for Eddie to bring us the list of whoever is coming on for the remainder of the day on YouTube.
Here we go. And for we know, at 1 p.m. today will be Mona did what? 1 p.m. with Sue and Chat Monday. 4 p.m. Tuber Chat with Connect and Grow. 5 p.m. the Bug Files, hopefully. 7 p.m. Cruising in the High Seas and Travel. And Cruise Nuts have a short premiere. 8 p.m. Happy Luggage World Travel. Fearless Rambler. Asian X on a live that he's having at 8. And at that 8:35, also Fearless Rambler. We have a premiere tonight.
All right. Well, that will work.
So I think tomorrow's question of the day is, should Cheryl embrace the iguana?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, baby, that wasn't right.
No. Rock the Boat says, we're doing Allure in June. It will be our second time on Royal. Any tips from the loyal to royal crowd? Boom. Let's have it, Scott.
So Allure was my very first Oasis ship. So I've been on most of them so far. I haven't been on Symphony. So Symphony is the only one I haven't been on. I mean, I don't know if I have any tips other than just, it's an incredible ship with all the neighborhoods. Make sure that, sleep when you're dead kind of an attitude is what I usually take when I'm on an Oasis ship. So much to see and do. I would definitely say don't forget to spend some evening time out in Central Park at maybe after the band is done playing and stuff like that, because it's just absolutely so nice and quiet and peaceful out there usually later at night. It's just, I don't know. I just love that experience. Just like I said, sleep when you're dead. There's so much to do on an Oasis ship. So just, book through, see everything, see the aqua shows, experience those neighborhoods, because they are unlike any other class ship on Royal or any other line. You definitely want to take full advantage of it. Stay away from the Bionic Bar drinks, just because a robot's making them. So there's no long pours. Drinks there, pretty watered down drink experience. So kind of it.
And from Scott's experience on another Oasis class ship, he said that the premium dining package was not worth it.
On Wonder.
Yeah, on Wonder. But I don't know. He said that the food wasn't up to snuff.
No, it wasn't. Now, like I said, that's very different than all the other ships. I mean, the only reason why we did the dining package is because Wonder has a significantly larger number of specialty dining venues than any other ship. So we really wanted to take full advantage of all of those additional restaurants, which is why we did it. We spent over $700 for two of us just for that dining package alone. And we were extremely disappointed in the quality and the selection. And it was consistent. We went back to those restaurants over and over, and it was still just, it wasn't just because we picked the wrong thing on the wrong day or whatever. It was consistently bad on most of them. I would never, ever waste my money on that again.
Oh. Kathy Mills says, I have a Central Park balcony on Allure, so looking forward to trying that.
Nice. Yes. Yeah.
I think that would be cool. All right. Well, Midlife Travels has wished everybody a magical Monday, and we will do the same. Thank you guys so much for coming into the show. We really enjoyed having you guys out today. Y'all take care of each other out there. Be sure to take care of yourselves. Look out for your neighbor and everybody in between.
Yes.
Please hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And never, ever forget, we love you and good morning.
Bye.
Bye.